Blair wants the camera. Well, here's Blair and Crosby. You gotta say bye-bye, Blair. You say bye-bye? All right, Crosby, you can come with. Come on.
Blair, wave bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ah, nothing. I'm going to catch some cows today. They're fall calving cows. Gonna calve here, probably starting in 2 weeks, but mostly in end of August and September. So found the sidekick here in the shed. I'm gonna load it up with some bait for them to follow me, and then we'll get them caught. I don't need a cake feeder or anything on my pickup when I do this, because just a couple buckets of this is enough to get them all something to eat off the ground, and they will follow me from either paddock to paddock or wherever I want them to go. I recruited some help, and we wanted to get up to do this in the cool of the morning so the cattle are still cool off, but we're actually going to be a little chilly just to
yeah. And this, the wind from the four-wheeler is pretty cold. But it's better than sweating. Driving down the pasture road. They've grazed until they can't no more.
It's a backwards reference of the song.
Yeah.
Nathan has to get the gate because that's the real reason I brought him along.
Yeah. You're close.
Yeah, well, I gotta drive through. You probably can latch them back up. I don't know. We don't necessarily have to, but they're already walking a bit towards me. The other surprise that could happen is there could already be a calf out here somewhere, because all it would have to be was for the calf to be 2 weeks early. It's August 3rd, and they're supposed to start on the 15th. That could be a possibility. You think we're gonna find any calves?
Let's hope not.
I kind of hope not. All right, we are at the catch pen. Cows are right behind us. I'm kind of waiting on one of them slow pokes to come from over that hill. So I'm gonna position this one a little bit more open. Nathan closed the other end, because I don't think we'll need two ends open. So hopefully they all funnel through here and don't get trapped around the outside. That mama's still plenty wide, so I don't think she had a calf over there. That's what I was worried about when I first pulled in the pasture. I think that's one of the reasons she's hanging so far back, though. She might be wanting to calve. I don't know.
Outside the fence. Hey, can't get to it from here. We'll call him some more. They're like, who are you? Who the heck are you? A GoPro is bad luck around cows. I'm just saying. They did not do what we were. Kendal said they all walked right in here yesterday, and then I'm here and the GoPro's here and they get all nervous. At least 3 of them did not behave. Should have left it in the sidekick. Either that or I'm bad luck, or they just know I'm never here, and they say, this isn't the cow man. Whoa, a little excited.
So I got a load of feed. Ready. Wow, Nathan got the truck ready. Dogs helped. Kind of, they just got wet somewhere. And now we'll be off to go catch him. So off he goes. I tried to get ahead of him, but he was ready before me, I guess. The church camp that my wife was speaking at this summer, she was gone for 2 weeks. Speaking there, had all these donations of Little Debbie snacks. And I took a box because they had so many that I couldn't even get through them by the end of the summer weeks of that camp. And so I've been snacking on some Little Debbie.
All right, we got one group. We're gonna see if the GoPro causes more bad luck.
Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. You can't go all at once. You have to go one at a time.
Come on. You're the problem. You are the problem. Turn. Had to give him a little more space to turn around. Okay, well, we got them all in there. The three that were outside of the catch pen are in the back. What we did was we chased them alongside this hot wire fence, and then they wanted to go kind of around the back side. So instead of them walking straight in, they kind of walked a circle around it, and then we made a wing on the back side. They came in. So basically, the GoPro is bad luck. If you try to film something with cattle with the GoPro, they're gonna act differently or wrong. But it's way nicer that we got them all in one trip, on one trailer. We don't have to entice them back into the pen a separate time. We even got the whole panel trailer picked up, and it's ready to go to be set up in the next pasture with fall cows in it. There's another pasture that has about 30 more head over there, so we'll just set that up. We'll do this all again later this week. And dogs are still soaked. Nathan's spraying them with fly spray as they come off the trailer. I want them to come off slow enough where he can spray them all. I say it's working pretty well. One. Okay, they've got a hay bale. They got a few weeds that have grown at the back of this pen. We haven't used it for any feeder calves for about a month. And then I fed them up at this bunk just a little bit of the ration too. So there's the three troublemakers. First one's off the truck. That's most of them. And keep one. You guys watch Nathan's Snapchat story, you'll see that he put about how this tire went flat. What's funny is this is a tubeless tire, and so the exterior was not the problem. It was that it was leaking out where the tube attached to the stem. So that's where it was leaking. But this tire's been on here since we bought the feed wagon. And you can see the other side actually has good threads. We replaced that tire already. So we were just kind of waiting for this one to go out, and it went out 2 days ago. We're using the most torque that we got here with the 1-inch impact, and it took these nuts right off, so should work. That is a very heavy tire, heavier than a semi tire. But we fill this thing like 8,000 pounds of feed, so it's got to lug around a lot of weight. That's why it don't work to feed when it's flat. You ever seen a tire with a rim like that? Splits in two. It's got a tube. Now I gotta get this side out. Well, it is flat tire week. We had this feed wagon tire go flat with a tube and these pieces. Had a pivot tire go flat, which we replaced with a new one. This is that wide feed wagon tire. You wouldn't want to have to lug this up and throw it on a trench silo tarp. I had my pickup tire. I had a flat driving to Salina, and then I put on the spare, and then I had another flat driving to pasture, and it was like, wow, 2 flat tires on my pickup this week. So I'm currently backing up with the very first load of corn silage for 2021. Yeah, just backing up into the pit here. We just did a test run for the 5830. We had replaced a lot of parts on it. We'd flipped it, the undercarriage from having the setup for, it's an auger setup for small grain silage to a blower setup for corn silage. So we flipped that, did a few things. So we just want to do a quick test run. Nathan and Greg are on a trip, so we don't have the full crew to chop tonight, but we just want to do a quick test. And we'll finish looking over the rest of the trucks and do the final stuff on the cutter, and hopefully chop some more tomorrow. Man, this stuff smells so good. It's got corn in there. This is the outside of a pivot of an irrigated field, so it's not irrigated corn, but it's got some corn in there. We may not know what conference, wow, my hand is dirty. We may not know what conference we're gonna be in, but go Cats. I wish I could say, you know, we have high hopes for the Big 12, but I don't know what's gonna happen. So some of you may be wondering if everything passed the test. Well, the cutter did have a little issue with the spout. The directional kind of tip of the spout wasn't quite aiming, the button wasn't quite working. So we're gonna have to look into that. And then this truck still needs the very top switched from grain in-gate to silage racks, and we're gonna take off the roll. We're gonna take off the tarp. This truck already has the silage rack on it, but well, I got a new Midland radio put in that truck, so it's ready. And then that truck over there does have the silage racks put on. Here's the ones that will go on the Kenworth, so they're still sitting here ready to be put on. The trucks were last used for spreading manure, so we're just kind of getting them switched over from that. If you haven't seen the spreading manure video, check it out. It's on this channel, so go check that one out after this video if you haven't yet. Okay, just here checking on the cows that we brought home this morning. They, of course, licked their bunk, 1/3 to 1/2 of their bale, and they have way less flies on their backs, which I would call a win. I would call that spray a win, and definitely worth it. They are looking at me though like, why is there not food at my feet? I want to be able to eat at all times of the day. Well, you know what? You guys are gonna have it pretty good here. You're gonna have hay, and you're gonna have silage, and I need you to have your babies where I can watch you. That's why you're here. One thing I forgot to say is they will be back out grazing on a green cover crop / forage crop that's planted across the road. They'll be back out grazing that within a month of calving. So they're here temporarily. That gives us the best chance for a 100% calving season as far as keeping all the cows having healthy calves. Okay, so usually when I finish chores, I'm basically done, but I did come out here and move the spring cows to a new pasture. She's the tail ender. 23. She was happy. She just put her head right down in the new paddock, and she didn't think she had to go more than 5 steps past the gate. Oh, also the gate broke last time I was out here, so we're gonna have to dig a new post hole for that one. Ugh, one of them didn't figure it out. Whenever I ask Crosby if he wants to get out of the pasture when we're next to the big mamas, he looks at me like, no way. Have you seen those things? They're huge. But then when he gets some space, then he likes to get out and run around and sniff everything. Isn't that right? So what used to be here was this post used to be in the ground in that hole. Well, I came out here to put him in this paddock, and I came over here and this fence was down, laying on the ground. This hoop was around there and it was all laying on the ground. So The only thing I had to work with was this post. So I put the post up in the place of where the wood post was holding the wire. And then I just used that as a brace post, and that's gonna have to do it temporarily until we dig a post hole probably. I was just looking at my bowl and I thought, man, he got a good front end on him. I like the way he looks. That's a 2.5-year-old. No, he was 18 months when I got him. So this pasture is 6 paddocks, and these first 2 paddocks have a good amount of grazing left in them. But then you look at paddocks 4 and 3, and they haven't really grown back much. So the movements through them will not be more than a couple days. Whereas this paddock, there's quite a bit of grazing, especially down over in that dip by the pond. So the rotational grazing stretches our pastures a lot longer on a dry year. Still can't grow grass without rain. I know some people with herds in the west and the north are having to cull cows due to drought and not even being able to put up enough hay to start hay feeding them, because then they'll run out through the winter. We're not gonna have that type of problem, but generally we can leave these cows on rotating between these 2 pastures, 2 80-acre pastures, until like mid-October. But this year, I doubt they're gonna make it all the way to mid-October. We'll probably move them closer to the place and put them on some form of crop residue, probably in September, if these pastures will make it that long. And then we can always feed them some of our feed resources that we use for the feeder cattle. We won't run out of feed to be able to support the cow herd, but we might feed a few less calves that we buy and sell than usual if it's a drought. But we think we got enough rain that we will be able to pick all the corn that we plan to pick. We'll definitely chop off some dry places, and that'll be some of our silage. But we won't have to chop all the corn just because all the grain corn burned up, because that would have given us a ton of feed, almost more than we could use. But we are going to have some fields to pick. I think my face gradually got dirtier for the video. I will definitely let you guys know when we get our first calf drops. So wherever you follow us, whether Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, we'll tell you guys. So make sure to like and subscribe to those pages so you can hear from us whenever calving season starts for our fall cows here. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.